Why am I whispering? I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm whispering because it's early in the morning. It's the third day of making sure there's live food available for the twin spot parents, because chicks could have hatched two days ago, yesterday, potentially today, I guess. If they hatched 2 days ago, I might hear them today, so it would be day 3. So I'm trying to listen over the GoldBreast and over the parrot finches. And Tristan, of course. Hi, buddy. So, ups and downs this week. We had a really bad, windy snowstorm, super cold temperatures for our area, like a lot of people in the U.S. I won't go into all the details, but if you've seen my previous videos, you know that there's fail-safes and backups and dedicated circuits, generator. I have backup heaters in case one of the heaters fails. And I had to pull out all the stops, and it got down to 50 degrees in the aviary. Middle of the night. So the GoldBreasts abandoned their nest. There were 3 eggs. 2 of them were not viable. 1 looks like it was dead in shell already, so I don't think that caused me to lose that clutch, but I did lose that clutch. So they're out and about, mating like crazy, like GoldBreasts do. Doesn't always mean that they're ready to make a nest. But they haven't started rebuilding anywhere that I can tell. Buttercup, the female twin spot, stayed in the nest the whole time. And Dad moved into the warming area, as did the other birds. And I didn't see her for a few days, but the female, I mentioned this before, the female twin spots do most of the incubating, unlike some of the other species that mix it up sort of half and half. And I hadn't seen her for a couple days. And then I saw her, and she's fine. So we'll see. It's possible also they lost the eggs, I guess, but Wesley's been defending the area around the nest, and he usually doesn't start to do that until he is getting antsy. Buttercup should come out in another couple minutes. I can check on her, so I'm going to wait. But, okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, ups and downs. Well, on the upside, I got a microscope, and I've been looking at poop. It's so interesting. And I have a couple of books that I'm reading. One that one of my friends who's a vet loaned me, or gave me actually, and it only has a small section on avian things that you can identify in fecal samples. And I got a couple books on order to learn more, and I've been looking at stuff online, of course. So that is super cool. And of course, you look at hair, you look at everything, you look at everything you can find, right? So that's a work in progress. That's an up. I've got another new live food source that I'm working on. My whiteworm cultures are doing great. I'm figuring out how to feed them. So I started with sort of the compost pile idea. And then I have been feeding in little dishes with a little tiny bit of dirt so they can pick through. And then I've been feeding them in a little tiny bit of water, so they squiggle around. But the birds don't like diving for them. I can sort of tell. And then the latest thing I'm trying is basically cleaned worms in a stainless steel cup. So it's just kind of a pile of wiggly worms. Anyway, so I'm working on that to figure that out. Get it dialed in a little bit. And then I've got a new source that's coming maybe later this week that I can try. And I'm going to go back to a couple of old things. The green bottlefly spikes, the little larvae, and black soldier fly larvae that I did not have a lot of luck with the little tiny wax bills. They're too big. But the twin spots are pretty good aggressive insect eaters, and maybe they will take those. There's Mommy eating for herself right now. See if she digs into live food here in a sec. Looks good. I mentioned in one of the previous videos that I've noticed I have to be careful when they're incubating. If I come in and disturb her, like she starts eating, I come in and disturb her, she goes back to the nest and she's done. She skips eating or drinking or bathing for that round. And I think that would be very dangerous for their health. The downside is that I lost Moody, the female twin spot that did not like to fly. I didn't see her one morning for her worms, and she was dead in the nest. They're not egg bound, no eggs, and she looked like she died in her sleep. So I guess that's sort of an okay thing. You know, they're in your care, right? So anyway, so Mr. Big looks great, and he's in quarantine now. It turns out Julius and Rain had built a real nest, and they have been incubating. They're on day 9 of 12 or 13 day incubating cycle. And I never was able to find any eggs because I can't manipulate the borescope to look down through the entrance tunnel into the chamber, so I have no idea what's going on in there. But they're happy, healthy, they're starting to ramp up on their live food. So it's always like that, keeping birds. To me, it's ups and downs, like you have. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Anyway, hopefully more good news later on in the video.